Welcome to Smalltalk Daily for Friday, December 12, 2008. This morning I'd like to look at subcanvases, and for our example I'm going to pick the editor UI we built the other day on Smalltalk Daily, just a simple interface, and embed it here. The idea is that you're going to put a file name in here, hit load, and load the file into our pre-existing editor interface. Not the best way to prompt for a file name, I'll admit, but this is more in line of an example of how to embed a subcanvas, not how to build the best UI in the world. So along those lines, what we'll do is we'll go over here and we'll grab the subcanvas widget. And we'll drop it in here, and once we've dropped it in, we'll expand it to fill all the available space here. And now what I need to do is I need to set properties. So I'm going to come back over here to the property sheet, and here I'm going to give it a name, edit UI. The class, I have to tell it what class this comes from. This is a browse button. If you don't remember the class name, you can go browse for it. And then I have to give it the canvas. Now if you don't put anything here, it'll default to Windows spec. I'm going to type that in. And then here you just give it an ID like we always do. And I like to give it the same ID as the name, so I'll hit apply on that. And now you'll see that it filled it in with the editor UI, which if you didn't follow that Smalltalk Daily, all it is an interface with a text widget in it. So that's all done. Now all I need to do is hit install my UI, and then I hit define, and it'll define a property behind all three things, the little input field, the button, and our editor UI, so I'll hit OK. And now what I need to do is browse this because I need to fill in some code to make sure that this works. So I'm going to come over here to my load method. Well, actually, let's first go over to edit UI. And all this is it's going to hold an instance of the entire interface. So we're embedding the interface inside another interface, and the instance variable here is holding on to it. So we access it through this variable. Now with that in mind, we'll come over here to the load method when we press the button, and we'll say self file value, because we have to send value to get the actual contents, as file name exists. So we'll put in a simple little test. Control F gets me a false. Just answer self. So the idea is that we're doing a simple little check, and otherwise we'll do self edit UI editor. So if you remember, the editor had an aspect behind it called editor, which was the text widget, and we'll send value colon to stuff new data into it. Self file value as file name gets me the file name, and then I can send contents of entire file. Now there are again better ways of reading this if I wanted to parse it, maybe line by line something else, but here I'm just getting the entire file and dropping it in. So we'll do that. Now we'll take this, move it out of the way, and what we'll do is we'll do open on this, bring this up, and we'll type in a file that I know exists, team-cfg.ws, hit load, and there it is. So I've been able to embed a subcanvas into an existing user interface, and that's really all there is to it. You access the entire interface through the variable that gets defined, and then you can use it as you'd use that other UI. So that's about it for today. Until next time, have fun with Smalltalk.